Good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Yoga, Wake Up Yoga. We will be focusing on waking up slowly, waking up the right way. And as this class continues, we will start to get faster and with more energy. So coming into a comfortable seated position, ground down into the floor. Close your eyes, come into a resting pose, either hands, palms face down or face up, it's up to you. Feel comfortable, keep a straight spine, drawing the belly in, crown of the head reaching to the sky. Just slowing down your breathing, taking really nice long inhales, filling the blood full of oxygen, puffing out the tummy, pulling the diaphragm down, expanding the chest as you move, as you breathe. And then deflating like a balloon. So expanding the stomach does give more room to open up the chest more. As a child, you learn to, or you breathe naturally, pushing your tummy out more, but as adults, we forget that and we breathe through more in our chest, and we don't expand as much as we could, we don't inhale as much oxygen as possible. That's because we started to speak and we started shallow breathing, so we need to learn the deep breathing again. Just finding that harmony inside yourself. We tend to, in this easy pose, lean forward slightly, so do try to bring yourself back. You're going to feel slight contraction naturally in your stomach, that's going to keep you tight here. So relax those shoulders down and away, keep them back. We're going to drop our chin to our chest. Inhale. Drop chin to chest. Enjoying a gentle neck stretch. Inhale. Take it high. Exhale. Get down. Inhale high. Exhale down. Inhale high. Exhale down. Coming to center. Inhale, exhale over your left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale right shoulder. Center. And then begin some neck rotations. Take them at your own space. Own speed, sorry. Just enjoying every ligament pull. It's with this moment that we come to think about our practice. Why are you here today? What drew you to the mat this morning? You feel like you need to move a little bit more first thing in the morning. Stretching out is so important for the body. If you think about cats and dogs and how they stretch every time they get up and move somewhere, just to remain a healthy body throughout life. And that's what we're doing today. Keeping that lifelong healthy body. So no rules about the movement and speed, just go in both directions. Just really enjoy that stretch out. Okay, we're going to take the hands out about shoulder distance apart in front of us. Inhale, taking the hands up, a big stretch up to start with. And then exhale, bringing the shoulders down the back. So you can see I'm pulling my shoulders back towards the back of the room, drawing my pinky fingers in, keeping a tight core here and gazing forward. Again, you're welcome to keep your eyes closed here, or open them up. Watch the video, that's fine. Breathing. That's our number one important thing right now. Feel the energy build. You might find yourself tight in your shoulders. This might be a lot of work for you. Do feel to come down out of it at any point. Do listen to what your body is telling you. I'm just going to bring my hands together, interlacing them. I'm going to turn them outwards. I'm going to stretch the back. Really shoulder blades. I'm going to pay attention to which thumb was on top, and I'm going to switch the interlace, the opposite, so I'm not going to do the same on the other side. Big stretch up, and exhale, release. So, just going to take my thumb, big thumbs up, and forefinger, middle, ring, and fifth finger. If I turn to the side, you can maybe see that better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, curl it in. And then we get some wrist rotations in both directions. Okay, so I'm going to bring my wrist in. So what I'm feeling is a stretch here across the wrist. So I think about strong arms, bring them in, then we're going to turn them sideways, the elbows come up, and the fists touch the top of the shoulder. Elbows up. So feel that wrist stretch. And now let's begin some shoulder rotations, big shoulder movements, and then inhale. And exhale, so control the breath with the movement here. Okay, again, let's take shoulder distance apart, inhale up. Exhale, let's drop the right hand down and just turn over that right hand side, big stretch up, pull your ribs open up to the sky. Hopefully you're looking at the sky, hopefully you've made it outside today. The floor was a bit damp for me and it's a little bit cold, so I've come inside. But it is nice to breathe in fresh air. Inhale up, exhale down on the other side when you do yoga. So in this pose, remember, twist the ribs up, try and gaze up to the sky to strengthen your neck. Push down the opposite knee into the mat. You're going to feel the stretch right up your hip. This way, again, pull in the core, nice deep breaths, and really stretch across to the opposite side. Now you might just be up on your fingertips here. You might have more flexibility and you might be all the way down here. It's up to you. Everybody's different and it's important that you remember that. Okay, inhaling up. We're just going to take our hands on our hips and we're just going to begin to move out the hips. So inhale, round, squeeze back, exhale across. So puffing the chest out, pulling the chest in, puffing it out. Pull the chest in, and we're going to change direction. Puff your chest out, pull your chest in, puff it out, pull it in. Okay, coming to center. Again, just tightening that stomach here. Okay. So one more stretch. Just turning sideways so you can see that well. And I'm just going to push the chest up. Gaze up. So my hands into legs working towards the back of my neck. My shoulders pulling down and away from my head and backwards. I'm going to keep that tummy tucked in. Gaze up, look up, stretch out your collarbone, your throat opens. Inhale, exhale. Breathe. One more for that. Let's really work on the shoulders because the shoulders are so tight. We really want to just loosen them off, ready for the day. So we're going to inhale, take the right hand up and just take it down behind your back. Take your left and just grab your left elbow. And I'm going to pull that across and let it work down my back. Like so. Or another step further. As you can take your hand and just interlace your fingers together behind you. Now, if you're having problems, you can always take a strap and hold the strap here, or just stay in the same position right here. This is also really great. You're still getting the stretch. If you're a bit more flexy, you might be like this, or you might need to grab it nice and tight. Inhale, exhale, release. Let's do the other side. So just bring the opposite one across, elbow across, and just pulling that down, working down back. Keep your neck straight here. Don't be tempted to turn your spine. Keep it straight. And then if you want to, and you can, just go for an interlace behind your back. Gently releasing, we're feeling nice and loose. Again, just feel free to move your body any way you want to. Stretch out your legs. Give them a nice stretch out, working out the aches and pains, increasing blood circulation, flexing, spread your feet, spreading your toes, point, curl them in. Spread, flex, point, curl them in. You get ankle rotations, both directions. Okay, let's come into a cat and cow position. Next, or tabletop. So, tabletop, shoulders above wrists, hips above knees, shoulder distance apart and hip distance apart, tops of your feet working down into the mat. So you are perfectly aligned. And your gaze is down towards the floor. Index fingers are parallel with each other. Okay, and watch out your elbows, don't hyperextend, so squeeze those in. Slight bend in the elbows will help that. It's important not to hyperextend your joints. So the core is tight right now. Inhale, exhale. Okay, I'm pushing my chest down on the inhale. Tummy comes down, collarbone comes through, look up, rounding the spine. And exhale, opposite way, so cat, pose. Pull your hips underneath so you get a nice rotation, pulling under here. Chin coming into chest, really mean that movement. Inhale, coming through. Exhale, round out. Inhale, come through. Exhale, round out. There, to go from side to side, just squeezing shoulder to hip. Looking around and then opposite side, shoulder to hip. So my spine is kind of working in all directions. Okay, I'm just going to warm up the arms a bit more, just come around, coming back, coming around. It's just moving in any way that your body feels right is right for you right now. So just gradually increasing the pace of the practice, increasing the movements and the speed. We can pushing all the way back into a child's pose and stretch out the head of knee, coming up to the fingertips, working the forehead down. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling, I'm coming to my hands and my knees. Exhaling, I'm coming to my first downward dog, so you're going to be a bit tight here, tucking the toes. Push the hips up into the sky, working your heels down into the mat. So I'm going to just walk out the dogs, just bend one knee at a time, working the opposite ankle down towards the floor. You are going to be really tight here first thing in the morning, particularly if you did a lot of exercise the night before or the day before. So really just take your time here. Inhale, come up to both your toes. Exhale, drop your knees so they hover above the mat. And then come back up. Push back both heels down towards the floor. Doesn't matter how far you come down to the floor with those heels. All that matters is that you're working, and watch out with your shoulders. Your shoulders are pushing back towards the back of the room. Your coccyx, your spine is working up here. So your shoulders push down towards your toes. Yeah, watch, push back. Open up the shoulders. Shoulder flexibility helps here in this downward dog position. Breathe it out. Again, feel free to move in your down dog. You don't have to be static here. Okay, we're coming back down to the knees. Alright, let's come into and activate the core a little bit more. So we're going to do a balancing tabletop. So extend your, let's go for left arm first, right leg. So I'm looking for working the shoulder forwards and then pulling back. So the fingertips stretch forwards, the shoulder works back in place. Your back leg, heel up, toe down. Squeeze your core. Leg is parallel, arm is parallel with the ground. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core. Keep your gaze at the mat, so maybe check out the video and then gaze back down. So really good alignment, really engage those parts of the body. Go start to feel more warm now. Let's exhale and drop those down. Do the opposite side. So inhale, right arm, left leg. Takes a little while to think about how that looks and feels, especially if that's a new pose for you. Just getting the coordination there at the beginning. Heel up, toes down, squeeze your core, squeeze your glute, squeeze the leg, pull the shoulder back, but reach the fingers forward at the same time. Really engage that core. Keep breathing. And exhaling, really sink down. So let's go again on the other side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, we're going to just touch the knee to the elbow and squeeze that core in. So just really engaging the core now. Inhale it up. Exhale and touch. Inhale it up. Exhale and touch. Inhale it up. We're going to do a nice a back bend. So just going to lift that back heel into the sky spike by our breath. So now tiger pose. And we're going to take the hand around. I'm testing your balance here. I'm going to push back up into that leg. You just go for like a half bow here. pulling the shoulder back. If I flex, I let the foot too. I get a nice bend. I'm really building energy now. As you release, come back into the balance before exhaling down to the floor. Let's go on the other side, the right hand and the left leg. So squeeze the elbow to the knee, deliberately, intentionally, really tighten your core now. Inhale, come back up. Exhale and squeeze it. Inhale it back up. Exhale and squeeze it. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Coming back up to balance. Bending into the tiger pose. And then catching the ankle, pushing back up into that. Working on your balance now. Don't worry if you fall out of it. Falling is part of learning. Balancing, breathing. Inhale to center. Exhale, release. Okay. Let's come again. We're going to come into a side balance now. So left hand, right leg again. Coming out to the side. And then dropping the ankle down. So we're coming up. If I come sideways, you're going to see that better. So I'm going to come onto this side first. So just coming down. The left hand is coming down. The right hand is coming up. So we're coming to a side plank, or gentle side plank right now. So notice that my shoulder is above my wrist. I'm going to go for a nice stretch out, so ribs reach into the sky again. I'm stretching out my side body here. I'm going to sweep down, so inhale, exhale, roll the body, big sweep across, and bending across my right knee, and then coming across. I'm taking my right hand down to my right ankle, and I'm working open. So I'm opening up the hips right now. Notice that my knee is on top of my ankle. I'm sweeping back across, coming back into that side plank, so the foot is at 90 degrees over here. Now we can either stay right here, a modified version, or we can come into a full side plank. Look up, inhale. So push those hips up to the sky. And come on back down. So knee comes down. We're going to sweep around and come back into our tabletop position. Let's go on the other side. So right hand's coming out, left leg. And coming into a balance here, lifting the left leg up and coming at the side. Right hand's at the side, dropping that leg down. And then coming over, lifting the leg up. Inhale, looking up. I'm going to drop that leg down. This is a modified side plank. I'm going to sweep across, bending the knee. Foot comes out at an angle, and the hand comes down by the left ankle. And I'm opening up that hip, so the hip is working down. Opening up, so don't fall forwards, try and work back, the hips pushing forwards here. Look up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale again, coming back across, working into that modified side plank, and if you want, a full side plank. So hips pushing up to the sky, looking up, stacking your shoulder on top of your wrist. So try and keep that line, gazing up. Try to keep my body in a straight line. So you tend to want to fold forwards here, so really kind of straighten out your back, push your pelvis toes forwards, gaze up if you can. Coming down, working our way back to the mat. Body should be nice and warm now. I'm going to do a couple of sun salutations to really start to move and energize the body. So back into our tabletop. Inhale, tuck the toes, exhale, down dog again. Okay, walking the feet to the top of the mat. Now hips, feet are about hip distance apart. I just turn sideways so you can see that. And I'm just going to let my upper body hang low, my head dangles. If you want, you can keep a bend in those knees. And just feel how that's different from when you keep them straight. So again, never hyperextend the joints. Always a tiny bend here, don't hyperextend. Tiny bend. Just let yourself hang, or a nice big bend, up to you. Move your head here. Just notice how that feels on your spine. Notice the vertebrae. Play with how much extension you do have in your legs. Imagine stress and tension just running off you right now. It's seeping out of your head. Okay, we're just going to do a nice twist before we start to move. So I'm just going to take my feet off the sides of my mat. I come sideways, that's how that looks. Now, you might need a block. Use a block here. I'll just show you how that looks. Or you might have long monkey arms, like me. And you might be fine. The idea is that your back is parallel with the floor right now. So your spine is working parallel with the floor. So you might be using your block. So my left hand is directly underneath my face. And my right hand extends on the inhale up to the sky. And I'm going to drop it down behind my back for a nice twist. Maybe you get a crack. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it down. At the side, inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, taking it back up and releasing it. Removing the block. Center. My feet, my toes are going to join together. Big toes are spreading wide. I'm going to bend the knees and just roll up like a ragdoll. Come to stand. To the top of the mat. Okay, so let's come through some sun salutations. Just Suriname Namaskar A, so just the basic sun salutation. Coming to mountain pose. Hands are in prayer. Shoulders down and back. Inhale, take it high. Gaze up towards the hand, shoulders back. Keep that core tight, shoulders back, hips come forward underneath. Inhale, exhale, swan dive down. Big wide arm, bend at the hips like a hinge. Come down halfway. Arms parallel with the floor. Come down all the way to a forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, we're going to step back into a plank position. So notice again, shoulders above wrists. Legs back tight and strong. My heels work back towards the back of my mat. My core is tight. I'm going to drop my knees. Just do a gentle vinyasa. So dropping the chest down. So my hips stick up. My elbows squeeze into my chest. I'm going to push forwards and up into a low cobra on top of the toe. So working those shoulders back, squeezing them away. Pressing the tops of the feet down into the mat, squeezing the legs, the glutes, your butt. Inhale, exhale, come up to the knees, tuck the toes down dog, exhaling still. Breathe. Inhale, look up, bend the knees, you can step up to the top of the mat. Big step to a flat back, exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, look up first, swan dive, reverse, come up. All the way up to Tadasana, exhale into Tadasana. Reset. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, hands coming together. Inhaling up, looking up, exhale, turn the palms out, swan dive down, come halfway, make sure you're parallel, and then all the way down to the floor, to the forward fold, drawing the forehead down towards the toes. Inhale, coming up to that flat back. Exhale, stepping back into your plank. Now you can come down to your knees first, or you can come down one long line through chaturanga. So whatever you're doing here, sort of from down dog, roll forwards, and then squeeze the elbows in towards the chest. So not out, that's difficult. In, just bending the elbows down as you come down. Hold for a few seconds in chaturanga position. Push forwards and up. You're coming to a upward facing dog. So you might roll over onto the backs of the toes. Or if you might have a downward toe, keep up on. I'm not going to be doing any rolling over. So pulling the shoulders away, strong core. Inhale, exhale, shoulders, hips back. Working back, heels down, chest is more open. You're going to feel the difference now in your legs. Breathe. Okay, let's gaze forwards. You're welcome to step or bend your knees, look up and jump like a feather to the top of your mat. Into a flat back, exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, look up, come on up. Exhale, fold. Sorry, exhale, down. Reset. Okay, we're going to come through into some Surya Namaskar bees. So that's the same, another sun salutation, but it's a bit faster and a few more poses. We have some Warrior One in there as well. So let's begin in our mountain pose with Tadasana hands. Namaste hands. Breathe it out. Smile to yourself. Be happy in your practice. Send love out into the world. Let's go. Inhale, take your hands high. We're going to do a small back bend. Exhale, hands are going to come wide. Again, making sure you're parallel, halfway down into the full forward fold position. From here, we're going to just bend the knees and drop the hips down. We're going to Utkatasana chair. So from here, sweep your hands up. So working the hands high, pulling the hips underneath. That might bring your hips higher. That's okay. Gaze forward. Working my hips underneath. So not rounding the spine, keeping yourself straight, not bending too much far back. Really try and keep the hips underneath. That's a really hard pose to hold for long, so let's come out of it. On the exhale, forward fold down, back to forward Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. You can exhale, step or jump now, back into your plank position. And exhale, keep exhaling down to Chaturanga, forwards and up to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's inhale. We're going to take the right foot to the top of the mat. Big squeeze deliberately with this foot. Big step forwards, dropping the back ankle down, 45 degrees, inhaling still, coming up with your arms and core into warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Heel to heel alignment. Get those hips nice and square. If you need to bring your back foot in slightly to do that, do it. Your hips square is most important here. Your shoulders square, everything's facing forwards. Your hands are up. Again, keeping those hips pulled underneath. Shoulders work back. Breathing. Inhale, exhale, come on down. We are working quite slow for Surya Namaskara B, but that's okay. We're making sure our positioning is correct. Back into plank. Exhaling through Chaturanga. Squeeze your elbows in, forwards and up. Upward facing dog, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips reach back. Inhale, squeeze the left leg forwards, big step forwards into Virabhadrasana A, warrior one. Back heel comes down 45 degrees, angle in your back heel. Again, if you need to take a step in, please do. Square the hips, square the shoulders. Gaze forward, arms up. Inhale, exhale, come on down. Step back into plank. Vinyasa, flow forwards and up dog. Exhale, down dog. Big breath here. Gaze to the top of your mat. Jump forwards like a feather. Into a flat back, Uttanasana, forward folds. Bend the knees. Uttanasana, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Reverse swan dive, come on up. Tadasana, exhale, foot back, bend. Exhale, Tadasana. Okay, one more round of those. Keep the energy building. We're going to go much faster this time. Reset, hands come down by the sides. Inhale, exhale, smile. And let's go into Namaste hands. Inhale, look up to the sky, back bend. Exhale, swan dive down with a flat back. Here's the last thing to come down. Just Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, coming into chair pose. Hips sink back, sweep your hands by touching the floor. Come on up. Keep the hips underneath. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Again, head in, coming into your knees. And let's jump back into our Chaturanga. Come on down, inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, roll over your toes. Come on back into down dog. Let's inhale, right leg comes into the sky and reaches towards the top of the mat. Squeeze your core in, keep that inhale going before you use your core to draw yourself up into warrior one. Exhale back down, no time for stopping. Reach your leg back, come into your Chaturanga. Inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, hips push back into your down dog. Again, other side, left leg squeezes forwards to the top of your mat. Inhaling all the way up into warrior one. Before exhaling back down to the floor, step back. Keep exhaling through Chaturanga. Inhale forwards and up. Exhale, down dog, hips into the sky. Inhale, look to the top of your mat, step or jump lightly into a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, Uttanasana, chair pose. Toes sit together here. Exhale, come on back down, forward folding. Look up first. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands come together, back bend. Exhale. Breathe. Hands come down by your sides. Should feel nice and warm. Pay attention to what your body's doing right now. What's your heart doing? Are you breathing with your tummy? Okay, we're going to keep moving. Bringing the hands together. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, forward fold. We're going to step back just out and come through a final vinyasa. So come into plank position. Come down. Inhale forwards and up. Exhale down and up. Okay, we're going to come back into our plank. And we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. Squeeze your elbows in. All the way down. Just working on the lower back now. So I'm going to keep your hands underneath your shoulders next to your chest. And inhale back up to that low cobra position. Now not too much weight in the hands. And really don't shrug. Keep your shoulders down, away from your body. Begin to put more and more weight as you push up with your chest. Look up, squeeze your glutes, tops of your feet down into the mat. Keep breathing here. A lot of work in your lower back, but we look after that back. It's important to us. Exhale, come on down. Right ear to the floor. Just drop your hands down by your side, palms face up. Okay, again, we're going to come a little bit higher this time. So again, drop your hands underneath your shoulders. And inhale, come on up. I'm just putting a little bit more weight in the hands this time. I'm just going for a larger back bend here. Again, the shoulders come away, in cobra. Breathing. From here, I'm just going to take a look to the back of my mat, looking down my leg, just enjoying that supine twist. Coming back down. Inhale. Exhale, I'm coming to my child's pose, so coming up. Your hands and knees, bringing my knees forwards and just opening up the knees slightly. Pressing the heels back and reaching the hands forwards, forehead comes down to the mat. Inhale, coming up to your hands and knees. Bringing the knees in. We're going to tuck the toes and come back into downward dog, our final downward dog of the day. Press it up, exhale it down. Open up those shoulders again. Just make notice of how your body's feeling a bit different. How your legs might be a little bit more released. Perhaps your shoulders are slightly more flexible now. Just going to inhale and take my right leg into the sky. I'm going to open up the hips to start with. Just feel that nice stretch in the leg. Now here, keep your shoulders to open up your shoulders. Shoulders should be square to the mat. I'm going to also square my hips now. So I'm going to bring the top toes down towards the floor, the heels working up, but the hips are now parallel with the floor. And then I'll drop the heel down, foot back down. Work the same on the other side. So left leg's coming up into the sky. Opening up. Feels really good on the hips in the morning. Again, shoulders square. Let's bring the hips square too.
Just notice how that stretches a slightly different part in the leg. So heel up, toes down, hips square, core tight. Exhale, the heel coming down. Again, dropping the knees down. Hips sink back towards the back of your mat. Head's coming down. Now you might be just starting your practice, and this is a great routine to start the practice, a nice warm-up and some sun salutations. You might want to continue, go through a few more warrior poses, warrior 2, warrior 3, perhaps some side angles, triangles. But for us today, this is a perfect way to start the day. We're feeling more energized, we're feeling ready. It's a short wake-up routine, or it might be just the beginning part of your practice. So do feel free to carry on from here. If you are rounding up for today, we're going to do a nice back bend, some forward fold and a back bend to finish up the practice. So inhale, coming back up. Exhaling, I'm just bringing my knees through and coming to sit down on my back. I'm just going to sit upright now. Inhaling, hands high, looking up to the sky. And I'm going to drop down my tummy, my chest, and my head's the last thing to come down. Now you might just be here, in which case you can always have a strap, put the strap or scarf or pair of trousers or whatever it is around your feet, and then pulling yourself down more. That's going to help you. So remember to keep the shoulders away. If you are more flexible, you can hold on to your toes and just start to work that down as well. So you can either round out the back because you want the back bend, back stretch here, or you can keep your chest puff forwards and really work the lower back for reaching forwards like this. So inhale takes you forward, exhale takes you down. If you are more flexible again, you can use an aid, a block aid to hold on to and just work on your flexibility, play with the different angles that the block gives you. Now use your breath here to control you. Paschimottanasana is such a great pose to hold and do regularly. It eases anxiety and stress. It helps if you're tired, so it helps wake you up in the morning. It is great for your digestive system, because you're squashing your digestive system when you release. Blood quickly flows back to it. It replenishes the organs with oxygen. It is great for your liver and your kidneys. It's good for ladies. The ovaries for reproduction, for the uterus. And so of course, you're stretching out your lower back. You're stretching out your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves. You can be quite impatient here. Learn to have patience with your body. Learn to stay and rest. Learn not to rush. Even though the day is coming, learn to take this time for yourself in the morning to stretch out. As you breathe, you might find more muscles release. Remember, you shouldn't ever feel pain, but you do want to be working. You do want to feel the stretches. So, go deeper into the pose the longer you are in the pose. then gently release. Just roll on up. Keep rolling, move your hips forwards. We're going to go into a bridge. So we're coming down to your back, squaring the spine, shoulders away from your ears. Heels coming into your butt. Hips, knees are hips distance apart. Pulling your pelvis underneath first, and then raising your hips up into the sky. From here, take your shoulders underneath your body. So your weight is coming up onto your shoulders, your arms. Interlace your hands together and then push up some more. So now your weight was really sort of on your shoulders, on your triceps. And now release the butt. So relax here. Weight is more on your quadriceps. So don't let the knees drop out or come in. Try and keep them hip distance apart. Remember, release your glute, release your butt. Okay, we're going to gently roll out of that. Just take the shoulders apart, roll the spine down, release the lower back. Take your legs, left leg down. We're going to just move over towards the right hand side with the hips. The left hand touches the right knee. The right hand extends down to the side, and we're going to take a twist here. So inhale, exhale, twist across the body, looking towards the right hand. Now what's important here is that your shoulder glues down towards the floor, and you look away from the twist. Breathe. And exhale, release. So twist back across, release the leg down, right leg. Left leg comes up again. Move the hips towards the left hand side. You have to give your spine room to twist here. So let's take the hands out a T shape. Right hand comes on the knee, foot on the leg. Just look towards the left hand side. Inhale. And exhale, twist open. Looking towards your left hand. Remember, shoulder must touch the floor. Here, even if your knee comes up, that's okay. Gently release the knee, hips. We're going to straighten your body one long line and come into Shavasana, but not for too long. We are trying to motivate ourselves to stay awake. So just relax the shoulders down, palms face up, heels they drop wide. So don't keep your hands up here. You're really just working your shoulders down away from your ears. Again, make any small adjustments in your spine and your hips. Feel comfortable here. So your jaw is relaxed, and maybe your jaw looks open slightly. Close your eyes, people aren't looking at you. Relaxation. Shavasana is such an important pose. It gives time for our body to just appreciate the hard work that it's done. It gives time for the muscles to relax and the blood to come back. Never skip this pose, even if you are in a rush for the day. Give yourself time here. Again, just note the heart. Note how your body's feeling. Check in. Now feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you can. The longer the better. We're going to round up this practice, this video now. So I'm just going to start to move fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Coming in for that big morning stretch, just closing the legs together. Taking the hands behind the head. And just going, big stretch. One side, two sides. Releasing. Perhaps a yawn will come. That's all good, that just means the oxygen is coming into your body. Yawns are good for that. Okay, I'm going to take my left knee up and just roll over onto my right hand side of my body, just into a recovery pose. Just comfortable now. I'm using my hands to help me up to the top of the mat. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today. Prepared, ready for your day, whatever day it is. Relax your shoulders down. Perhaps you're doing this the day we released on bank holiday. Perhaps you're on holiday somewhere. Perhaps you're camping, perhaps you're out in the nature. Perhaps you're just at home. Feel happy. Feel positive about what's to come today. Now go into the world and spread that positivity. We're all connected in some way. Give somebody a smile, give a stranger a smile today, and watch the butterfly effect. Namaste.